What's up, everybody? It's Joe Puma. You were watching the Complex Sneakers podcast. As always, I'm joined by my one co-host today.
Not a friend, but just a co-host.
And a friend. To my right, Mr. Matt Welty.
We're here. There's only two of us.
Mr. Upscale Vandal is sick. Last episode, he powered through. But, peek behind the curtain, we're shooting 2 episodes this week. We have a very special guest.
Yeah.
You may have...
You figured this one out?
Okay. What are we being little homers to the guest pulled up?
No, these are just great shoes, and I feel like you got to wear them if you got good shoes.
I got a lot of compliments on a video I did about the Jordan 4 Black Cats. A lot of people were commenting about these shoes, the hand-me-downs, Joe Freshgoods New Balance.
You wore them 2 days in a row.
What does that tell you?
You like the shoes.
Okay. Wow, groundbreaking stuff. But Upscale Vandal, sending him our best wishes. He's a little sick. He will be back for the next episode.
Yes.
All right, Sneaker, look at us. Let's see. Is this a tryout? If we could do it, what are you? You are, okay, who are you? Are you like my Guillermo if I'm Jimmy Kimmel or what?
I feel like we're like the odd couple where it's
Really?
like two people that are going to argue with each other.
Oh.
Or maybe agree on stuff, but there's going to be a little...
Do we do that in real life?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes I have to... Right?
We were in I remember we were in a meeting a couple of weeks ago. We were arguing it out about something, and
What did I say?
but the looks on everyone else's faces around us.
Oh,
like,
yes. I love that.
They were like,
yes.
they
yes.
thought that me and you were gonna like not fight, but they weren't used to people talking to each other like that.
That
in a meeting,
I love that meeting, and I was like, after it, I was like, you know that, like, that's just how the relationship is. But
you
yes,
were like, I don't want to do this. You're like, well, I want to do the video, and you're like, well, I don't care, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna stand on it anyways, and everyone else is just staring at us.
I know there was like 8 people in the room,
Yeah.
and I felt like no, I was like, just so you know, like this is just a normal occurrence. But yeah, I actually like meetings like that, especially when you know that neither side is gonna get offended.
Yeah.
But listen. 2-person podcast, not really though. We have Joe Freshgoods on the podcast. I'm
He's
excited
also
about
a friend
this.
of ours too.
Of course.
So we actually do have 2 friends here today.
Yeah, the 2-seat setup though feels a little
close.
Yeah.
Feels like we need a table between us, like Rogan style or something.
We need something. We may not be fully prepared if this,
Yeah.
for this iteration. But let's get to some sneaker news. Where do you want to start off with?
Well, you had a big night. So like we said, we're shooting this a week in advance, but we're talking about the week prior.
Yes.
You had a big night this week.
Yes. Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
Must be nice.
You know what they say? Like I've only sat courtside a couple times, but they say you're on the wood. Okay.
Yeah.
So Tuesday night.
You could trip a referee.
I could have, but I didn't. Come on. No Larry David, Shaquille O'Neal moment here. But Tuesday night, Kith City edition. Ronnie designed the court.
Yep.
Me and Ronnie sat courtside, and
First look. Eyeball emojis.
Yes, first look. Very obscure. I'm being cagey with the information. I'm going to just say it at the top. I'm being cagey with the information.
You had some sneakers on feet?
I did.
You can go barefoot.
Air Max 95 Kith. You
Devi-
saw it. You saw it.
So I really like the shoe. I'm biased. I can admit that off the top, but everyone has a bias. So who cares? I think they look really good. I think
they would actually match with this outfit right now.
This would.
Are you trying to send a message?
I don't know. But yeah, they look really good. They look even better in person.
There's also some Easter eggs that
I can't say it.
Yes.
But all I'm going to tell you people, and this is being very vague, if you saw the other side of that shoe, all the people hating it on the internet would just go,
oh, wow. Do we got to zoom in on that?
be like the koala
wow.
Emoji, yeah.
But yeah, it was very cool. Like, it felt like, if it kind of felt like a first look debut.
And you're the Air Max 95 guy.
Yeah. But it was cool to sit courtside. Ja Morant. Also, me and Ronnie were talking about it. Ja Morant's Ja 3s look really good on court.
Yeah.
And he also, I think he painted the A on it for the MSG edition.
Yeah.
But we were talking about it. Those shoes look really, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kith Air Max 95. Stay tuned for those. I'm not allowed to say anything.
And,
you know where it's going to come from.
I had mentioned I mentioned online, I was like, Ronnie's fourth quarter this year, insane.
Do you think it's his best fourth quarter ever?
I mean, I haven't compared them, but just if you look at, and what he's able to do more than a lot of other retailers is work with the breadth of brands where that's like, it's not just one hit or two hits. He has the Air Max 95s. He has okay, we're being homers on it, but those 993s.
I mean, those are good. I wouldn't consider that. Those are like universally.
That's what I mean. But
good.
It's like people are going to say it to us. Oh, you're glazing, yada, yada, yada. But those are really universally good shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also does the Marvel Capcom Asics collection. And every time he does something with Marvel, people love that stuff.
Yeah. Shouts to Tom Hardy. Remember I gave him
Yep,
the Asics?
yep.
That was a sneaker shopping moment.
Those three shoes with Nike, New Balance, and Asics.
A trifecta.
All within like the past week. Not even within the past like quarter. It's like the past week.
You think it was just a three-peat you're calling it?
It's nuts.
Yeah. Well, Q4. As you know, Q4 people are busy. Q4 is where
the
money's made. Speaking about Q4,
yeah,
a big drop, some controversy online, a shoe near and dear to my heart.
Black Cat 4s.
Black Cat 4s. Listen, let me look into the camera. They had me looking like Inspector Gadget in the last edition of What Now?
You said you're Columbo.
Columbo, no one's going to get that reference unless you're an unk. Columbo, though, I mean, come on. If we had him as a DA in real life, who knows how many cases would have been solved. But a mix of Columbo, Inspector Gadget, and I would say former sneaker shopping guest Bill Nye, because I did provide science. The Black Cat 4s, the squeaks, that have been going viral. We tested it in and out, on foot test, but we also have them here. Okay. The verdict is, go ahead. So fairly minimal, but
pretty
there
loud.
is some. You think so? But not like the ones online. Also, the mics.
Well, not like the ones online. So we had
this one.
We had shot it before, and then like the first time, it was like we knew how much having the mic on the shoe over exaggerated the sound.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, hey, do they sound this loud? We went like this. Hey, they don't sound like the one in the video. But then when we put the mic on it and did it, we realized that the feedback was from when we were sitting there that it sounds like the way that the video did when there's a mic on it. It's the metallic versus the nubuck because it's like a dry material.
Do you think that people won't buy it because of this?
No.
On foot, I think it's even less squeaky.
Do you think people are going to not buy a black Jordan 4 with Nike Air on the back? I don't know. People didn't buy Cavestone 4s this year, and those are like
quiet.
No, like a really good shoe.
Yeah,
you know?
But I'm talking about the squeaks affecting.
I know, but I'm saying the fact that like it's just been so surprising this year with sneakers that
I think these are going to move.
Yeah,
I think these are going to move.
If white cement 4s can sit,
don't they look good? Don't they look good?
Yeah, but what happens if we do another like go to Foot Locker in like 3 months and these are sitting on the shelves?
I don't see it happening. Do you see it happening?
I don't. But there's a lot of things I didn't see coming this year either. You know,
this will be a true test, but I don't see it happening. I love this shoe, obviously,
and I'm glad that these are finally coming out, so all the people out there can finally retire their fake pairs that have been like running into the ground recently. I feel like there's been a fake Black Cat 4 like
for the past few years.
Yeah, pandemic. Because how much are Black Cat 4s?
Yeah.
What
they
like
were a lot.
Who bought a pair? Was it Shama who bought the pair?
Yes.
On sneaker shopping for like over $1,000, and people were like, "Oh."
Yeah, and they were like 800 to 1,000 like for a while, right?
Yeah.
800 to 1,000. But okay, final verdict.
It squeaks,
but not as bad, nearly as bad, right? Let's see if this mic even picks up because.
You know what it sounds like almost? It sounds like a friggin' squeaky couch or like bed or something like that.
Okay. All right. Put that to rest.
Speaking of all black sneakers that I feel like you're not a contrarian, but I feel like at some points if someone says that you're going to like something, sometimes you go out of your way to be like, I don't like that. And that happened.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
And that happened this week with something that I had deemed probably the biggest JLP shoe of the year. And you said it's not. And you said that other shoes were better than it.
I know what you're talking about. The triple
black leather Air Max 95 with the big bubble.
Yeah, so I like the Supreme better. I like the Supreme leather better.
But do you not like that shoe?
I like the Atmos better too.
But do you not like that shoe?
I do like that shoe, but I think when you have so many Air Max 95s and you have similar ones,
you're still going to buy a pair.
We'll see. But you have similar ones, and there's two that I think are better in the same vein. If it was like on a tree of, like, they could look at the same family.
I know. So the Supreme one, you like it because it has the Italian
leather
and charm on it.
Yes.
But the Supremes also don't have the big bubble on it.
Okay. Fair point. The Atmos are better than the triple black ones.
I'm just like,
hold on. Are the Atmos better than the?
I think that they're better.
Okay,
but you're shocking me in the sense that if you had to
rank,
if you just had to put a blind poll out to people, if you ask them which shoe you think Joe Puma would like more, it would be the leather black one
because it's so triple black.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, yeah, I like them. I just think that me liking them that much suffered from the Atmos dropping 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Like, how many black Air Max 95s can you have?
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. But let's see what the leather's like.
If the Atmos didn't drop,
yes, I would probably be into them, but I wouldn't be like 10 pairs.
Well, you're probably a pair though, maybe 2.
We'll see. We'll see. I do like.
Is that not the perfect beater for you?
No, hold on. This is the bigger talk. I remember where we were talking about big bubbles, and I was like, oh God, another thing that, like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm brainwashed where the first thing I'm asking is it big bubble? Is it big bubble? I really care about the big bubbles, where earlier in the year where it's like, oh, big bubble. I was like,
well, big bubble felt so, well, the weird part though is that the big bubble earlier in the year, in my opinion, felt more special because it was like, oh, it's a big bubble Air Max 95. So there was all like, reverse MoMAs, neon 95s, etc., and some of the gradients. But then I'd hit you over the weekend. I was in Snipes, and there was 2 just GR colorways of the big bubble 95 sitting on the shelves. They were like black leather, but not premium leather.
Yeah.
But they felt JLP-esque. But they didn't feel special when I saw them.
But I'm saying, for like a design cue where I was like, big bubble, big, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. Now, like, I hit Frank Cook about the shoes that you're talking
95s,
about. I was like, big bubbles, and he confirmed it.
Yeah.
So I actually find myself, even where, like, the whole Nike Air thing, obviously people love that, the Nike Air over the Jumpman.
Wait, what's a bigger deal for you on a shoe then?
Good question.
To have Nike Air or big bubble?
This is what I would say. I don't know exactly what's the bigger deal, but I really prefer big bubbles now.
Well, because
and Nike. But
Nike
that's
Air, just aesthetic.
Yeah.
But big bubble is actually like structurally of the shoe.
Scientific. Do you want me to break it down like I could be? Someone called me the sneakerologist over the Black Cat 4 Squeaky controversy. So maybe I'll get into some more science.
Speaking of more black sneakers, or these aren't even a sneaker, they're boots.
Okay.
I was gonna say our guy, but I've never met him.
So
your guy you brought to the Complex holiday party one year.
Oh yes,
Wale.
Yes,
is finally getting his own Nike collaboration on a pair of Nike boots.
Hold on, let me see something.
Are you gonna FaceTime him?
He never picks up, but let's see.
He's too busy out here wearing like Anthony Edwards sneakers with jeans.
Hold on, let's see. No. The album's coming, though. Egoed. All right. Didn't pick up. But how happy are we that he got his own Nike boot? How overdue is it?
I mean, I'm really happy for it, but like you said, it's overdue.
Yeah.
And it's at this point, like, if this had happened 10 years ago, even like, I mean, this should have happened.
It should have happened, but it's like still great that it happened now.
It's crazy that in your mind, like, it should have happened 15 years ago.
That just shows how forward he is.
For sure.
But we're happy that it has so many people.
But it's also crazy to finally roll out the Nike boot collaboration with the album rollout. So those feel like the perfect genesis of moments for him.
So happy for him. Also, one thing I would say about Wale is like getting his credit. He is the person where like an announcement of a sneaker goes live and the people who really know are champion it so much because they were outside when he was the sneaker guy in hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's kind of like taking a backseat. Even on Joe and Jada, there's great clips of Fat Joe talking about how Usher owes him Jordans and stuff like that. And Wale's like, to be honest, I'm like on my GR campaign. So,
well, he's been just so big on like performance basketball
Yeah.
shoes in the past like
Yeah.
year. A1s, A2s. He got the Nike Goadome boot.
yeah. DMV.
You know what the crazy part about that boot is that so Yeet got his own
Yeah.
Nike Goadome as well, and it was at Complex Con, and it was in that big Nike
Yeah.
villa or whatever you want to call it. And we had, I believe, we had an intern, who's like, young Gen Z guy, and he came up to me and not familiar with Nike Goadome because of the generational thing, and he's like, "Did you see Yeet's Nike Goadmes?"
Well,
I just no, I'm not like.
did you give him the knowledge?
And I did, but
you give
no,
them
but
the
I'm saying
knowledge?
it was one of those moments where I'm like, man, the age gap, generational divide is real on that, where it's like the younger generation isn't even familiar with that model.
Well, Unc, listen, it's your job to drop the knowledge on them, okay?
You never had a pair of Goadomes, right?
No.
No, same, yeah.
No. But maybe the Wale ones will be my first one. I would love to,
Pair of True Religion jeans with the
just bring them
Goadomes.
back, bring back the red monkeys. Who knows? Speaking about bring them back, bring them out.
Yep.
We have a great guest today.
Mhm.
He's celebrating his 5th year anniversary with New Balance. So many hits. We're wearing the most recent hits. They're not out yet. Please welcome to the Complex Sneakers Podcast, our friend, Chicago-based designer, certified big stepper JFG, Joe Freshgoods is here. How we feeling?
I'm feeling good.
I love that you've been bouncing back and forth, Chicago and New York, kind of like
Yeah.
recent weeks.
Yeah. Opened up a space, rec center, and yeah, I'm going back and forth from Chicago to New York. This has been a fun dream.
Yeah.
Waking up as a designer and going to your New York store.
Yes.
It's been pretty cool.
Love that.
It must have been crazy too, because you do that space, but then you also had the installation at Complex Con just like what 2 weeks ago or whatever with Pata.
I mean, honestly, this is like the busiest Q3, Q4. Like it's been like a light year for me, which I kind of got beef with too.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's start it. Let's start it.
Man, I mean, it's just been a I purposely, because I have a lot going on in life now, I don't want to it's like staying like I feel like, and I try not to be on like list culture, right, or Karen or whatever, but like my point is, like, this has been a really crazy year for me, but a lot of stuff that people see is gonna be like Q3, Q4.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're not hot in Q1, Q2,
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, he's falling off, or and it's like, damn, but to your point, Crush Complex Con, we didn't sell anything. We had a really cute booth with Pata. Just wanted to love shop.
Giving people haircuts.
Yeah, haircuts and vibes and some wine and some drink and some weed. And team, we double backed and did New York's. And got a lot of crazy stuff happening the next few days. But yeah, it's just been a large part of my year has been the next 2 months, which I feel like everybody gonna be like, when would Joe stop? But my October, November, December is pretty crazy.
But I feel like you've done that the past few years, though. You've had those late year drops, right?
Yeah, y'all got to switch our formula up, because I'm a fall baby.
Okay.
So I'm always gonna choose to drop my shoes Q3, Q4. But I feel like if you don't drop, you got to drop in January, February, March, April
to make all the
a little bit of I don't really, I'm gonna talk about that. I don't really care about lists, but I just feel like when it comes to a lot of my projects, Keisha Blue heavily.
Yes.
I always, again, I love that, like, I'm growing to a place where I'm like kind of becoming a little OG. So it's like, I'm a little embarrassed to talk about lists, because that's not, but I purposely like my projects to be early in the year and then late. I'm not going to keep hitting y'all in the head like once a month, I just, I'm doing the 6-7 thing, but like,
yeah. Is it tough though to kind of fall back until late Q3, early Q4, and then seeing all the sneaker of the year lists and stuff like that, and being like, you don't know what I have coming though? Is it, or like you're totally at peace with that?
I think earlier on, I think like I've been signed like a bunch of brands. Like, this is probably like, I don't know. I kind of lost, like, the fact that I lost count at how many shoes I've done is like, that's my list. Like, I don't even realize what, between Vans, Converse, New Balance, like, I actually lost count on how many shoes I've done. And
well, that photo you had too, where you're sitting and
and that's just like
the circle,
80% of it, But no, I just think my team, we know how to manage hype correctly.
Okay.
it's so easy to burn out. I know you guys know this. It's not too many collaborators that can continuously be in a conversation every year. That's like so hard to drop album after album and it's always in conversation.
Yes.
So to me, that's more important because I've seen people have a hot year and then y'all don't talk about them no more.
Well, I feel like it's kind of like, you know, if you're at like the hospital and they hook you up to the dopamine and then like a brand sees you have a hot shoe, so they keep like pressing the button to like give more dopamine, more dopamine, more dopamine, because it's like, oh, you made, I'm not saying you, but just like in general, like, oh, you were sneaker of the year or you were top 3 sneaker of the year. We need to do like 7 collaborations with you next year. And then it just kind of like, it runs thin.
Yeah. No, I mean, me and my team, we just plan everything the right way. So it's just like certain drops might be heavy on the numbers. Certain drops might be low. We purposely pay attention to trends, pay attention to the market. So it's like I'm never really gonna burn out because if y'all like, yo, everybody got that last drop from Joe, that means y'all ain't finna get this next drop from Joe. Wink, wink. You know?
But I feel, like,
more
I feel like you're like a man of the people in the sense too, where it's like you want people to have your shoes.
I'm the man of the people, but I'm also a businessman that understands how fickle this industry is, and knowing that I have a business to grow. When you're growing a business, you have to understand numbers.
Yeah.
Because as much as I care about a list and I love the people, the moment it's a shoe that's sitting, it's just like those, like those same people laugh at you. Like that shoe is a brick.
So
you know
do
what
you
I'm
feel
saying?
like you're only as hot as your last sneaker collab, or is that like?
I treat every project like I still in love with this.
Yes.
So I think for me, it's just like I don't allow myself, even if some people might get over me or whatever. I don't allow myself to fall off. Like I'm never gonna fall off. Like clip that up. I'm never gonna fall off.
He said he doesn't even like clips. He spiked the lens for that
it's just
one.
like
Okay.
we manage money correctly. You know, I've been able to like it's a science to this, and I just don't think people understand numbers. Like I'm not gonna say too much about numbers, but like I'm selling 20,000-30,000 shoes like by myself without a 3PL. What is it called? 3PL, whatever. So like I'm more in love with the back end business of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was able to buy my dream home. I was able to buy a 12,000 square feet warehouse. Like buy.
Yes.
So that part of the business has been like pretty cool to me. Like I don't really have too many middlemen besides New Balance like making my shoes for me. And like sneaker the list, I sold 40,000 shoes this year, like independently. You know what I mean? So that's like, again, back in the day, All-Star Weekend 2020, like dropping that New Balance,
And
I
being
think
like
it was like number 4 or something like that. That was a crazy year. I ain't gonna say I should have been number 1 because that's gonna be clipped.
Okay.
But because it was a lot of great people that dropped that year. But I think those early years I wanted my recognition. But I feel like now I'm like,
But do you think because there was a lot of people in the audience, I would say that, that the Age Well shoe should have been on the top 10? Do you
fed
think?
the streets with Age Well on purpose. So it's just like sometimes when you feed the streets, you get lost. You get left off. I fed the streets.
Okay.
If you wanted to Age Well, you got it. You know what I'm saying? So I fed the streets on purpose.
Yeah.
But I realized sometimes, and I know you guys use that as a marker of like, is a shoe hot or not? If the streets get it. Well, I gave the streets Age Well. I didn't I didn't force. I didn't send people raffles that didn't. I mean, not invoice that didn't want it. We just.
Do you feel like if you had held back a little bit on the numbers of that shoe,
I know
that
it
would have been?
If I would have 800 pairs of Age Well, it would have been, of course. It's just,
but then you wouldn't have had created all the opportunities that you said like previously with the warehouse,
for
and
sure.
the home, and
It's
all
a numbers game.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like do you want to order less pairs? Yeah, and be hot and people be mad.
I feel like that shoe was just like the perfect circle of storytelling.
Sure, yeah, it was the same shoe. I think I changed the sole because it should have been black. If I could do it all over again, sure, don't hate me. But it was pretty much the same shoe I did, but just like if it's set in the sun all day.
When did you come up with that? Like when did you had the first one, obviously, that had such impact, and you talk about the All-Star Weekend, but when did you come up? Oh, this is what the story is going to be. When did because it has to take time to connect those dots.
Well, initially with all my New Balance projects, it was a story that was all went together. So first it was, the No Emotions Are Emotions, which I was still trying to figure out what this looked like. But then it clicked, and I did Outside Clothes. Outside Clothes changed the game. So this is when you play the Outside Clothes video. After I said this, So many people have copied off the outside clothes video. I dropped it in 2021. I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, are people going to understand my black story? And after I did that, whatever.
Okay.
But I feel like that shoe, like you said, it really opened up the lane for you in storytelling. And I know we've had all that conversation and everything
myself,
where they were like, Joe has a real story behind the shoes. Every single little bit of the rollout is calculated, thought out, every single detail of the shoe.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it was just me trusting myself, New Balance trusting me. That was like, the first shoe was just like, let's just bet on each other, see if it wins. That second shoe is when I kind of caught my groove, and it was like, outside clothes and inside voices. I was beginning to tell this story like a chapter, but after a while, it's just like I gotta just, like when it came to 1998 pack, which is like inspired by Belly, that was like a whole different colorway pack, really good visual, really good rollout. So I just tried to switch it up a little bit, But the age, well, I mean, I could have been greedy and released the same shoe. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
I could,
and this is the year to release the same shoe.
Yeah. So like, I want to say
mean?
this, like, if I wanted to be greedy, I could have released 20, 30, 40,000 pairs of my first shoe, made like 10, 12 million, and would have been like, peace out.
Did that ever cross your mind or no?
No, not really.
Okay.
It's just like, it's lazy.
Okay.
I ain't gonna be that lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So do you think that like when you see, an Undefeated 4 or a Galaxy Foam Posit come back, that's like lazy on
no
Nike?
comment. That's how we're gonna do this. I mean, everybody got to eat.
Yeah.
So I can't speak for other. I'm doing that. I can't speak for other companies, other brands. I get it, but for me, it's just like I'm too creative. It's
But
like
also,
maybe in 20 years, like I don't know.
Well,
like,
so that's what I was gonna say. Also, maybe some years down the road, maybe
when I'm like 60,
to bring those back.
Yeah, when I'm like 60,
and that's the perfect shoe to wear when you're 62.
sure,
a pair of 992s.
For sure. But yeah, no, I hasn't crossed my mind. It's too many stories and there's too many colors and there's too many materials.
But then, sorry, I know we like. When did it like? This is what we're doing to tie it back to that story.
When I knew that the 992 was coming back again, and for 2025, it was like obviously it was put on my table again, and I was like, well, how do I, like, how do you top the first one?
Yeah.
Like, and again, like another thing too is like, it's when it comes to like that first shoe, and that's like we explained it in a doc or whatever. Obviously, I had limited colorways, like. It's because some people think I killed like but like you think this too.
No.
Not the
Probably if you think he thinks something, he probably does.
The MB1. It's like
there was.
That's how this whole thing started, isn't it?
I didn't. No. Wait. But I didn't start that theory. But I remember when because that was our whole like genesis, connection and know each other. It was like when the 992 first came out, I was like, oh man, that's an NB1 shoe. Like I just because I saw the Horween on the tongue, and I'm like, that's a NB1 only feature. And then you remember like people were making the shoe on NB1, and I think
remember that
you had people like, or you had New Balance like take the colors off of the NB1.
Did I do that? I don't know. Somebody made that call. I don't know if I had that much power in 2020. I ain't had that much. Like I said, I was a young guy coming up. I knew New Balance made great shoes. I knew a couple brands did some hot collabs. I just knew I was black. I just knew Chicago was my city. Is my city still. And I was like, let me just make some flat shit that I've never seen before. I had no context of MB1. I had no context of any other collaborators. Again, I was leaving a nasty relationship with Adidas. And I just wanted a fresh start. And I love pink. I love red. I love leather. I love that joke too. My leather joke. It was leather and I DM'd somebody back, but it's leather on it. No, it's just, I had a fresh mind and I just wanted to do some cool stuff. I didn't learn after the fact to this whole MB1 stuff. I didn't know. But clearly, if I see people trying to make my shoe, I'm have a word.
You're getting out of the Adidas deal. He's taking over All-Star Weekend. You come trucking along with the little pocket protector. Those are an
but
MB1.
You know what? That's when I realized that New Balance have like a core person.
Yeah.
And
I'm kidding.
Although I appreciate like sneakerheads and like the New Balance, like, because still, like, when I first was working with New Balance, it's just like I felt like an outsider, not from New Balance, but just from like the MB1 like heads.
But I feel like the beauty of it all is you come in as an outsider, do your own thing, and I feel like you've had the majority of those people who may have been like weary about, oh, look at this shoe that looks so radically different. Now they all rock with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something different though. I appreciate them people, but man, all around the world, it's these black people that was not messing with.
No, for sure.
I'm not
Love
speaking
that.
for DC.
Love that.
But that's why it's like I don't really like list and like sneaker Twitter and just I love everybody, but like I got the hoods across America that's like, yo, bro, you the reason why I wear New Balance.
Well, I had said it on actually the last episode that we shot as it happened. So what happened this past weekend though? We're doing 2 episodes in a week. I was in Champ Sports, and you were the first person I thought of when I heard this. I was in Champ Sports in Jersey City, and this kid's at the register. He has a pair of red and black 2002 R's in his hands, and the direct quote that he says to the cashier is, "You ain't seen no one in the trenches with no two-tone New Balances on." And I was like, but that's like somehow down the line, I feel like that was your influence that somehow maybe sparked that moment.
Yeah, 90-60. I don't know what
Yeah.
year. What year?
Those all, yeah.
I mean, like whether I like that shoe or not, that's a different question.
Wait, do
but
you like the 90-60?
No comment, bro.
Because I've got so much like not hate online, but it's a divisive thing because I totally can fully say wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
you made the 90-60 a thing.
You know, I launched it first.
No, but you made the 90-60 a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Broke Instagram, by the way. I broke Instagram. Instagram was trying to. Instagram hit me up again, man.
Come
that
on.
check was good.
yeah.
But yeah,
You sold the shoe on Instagram. Yeah.
right. Clip all this.
So, you know, come on. He got some more releases in the
But
top
I think
Instagram.
what you did with that silhouette, like with all the colors and everything, great. I personally just don't like the the physical shoe itself.
Yeah.
Not your colorway on it, but just
sure.
like the midsole and the wonkiness to
Yeah.
it. Just not for me. But it's become one of New Balance's like biggest like
I think I was
mainstream.
number 4 that year on the list. That's when I was like, oh, these lists weird. I had the 992. I was number 4. It was like 3 years in the world. I was like, and at that point, I didn't really see New Balance on lists. I can talk a lot of, but I'm just humble. But like when it was like 3-year run where it was just like 3 or 4, whatever. And I was like, as long as I'm getting my just due. But the 90-60 was me being a really big team player. I know for me, it's like I want to just put up points.
Okay.
I want to just show. Let me launch this. Let me make this hot again. Like, I think the new evolution of certain relationships, you guys are gonna see. Oh yeah, wow. Like, but like the last 5 years, I've just been putting up hella points. Let me launch this.
Just
let me break this.
Prove to the brand
Let me
how
make
much
this cool.
your worth is.
Yeah, but like honestly, just like I'm not looking at it like a prove, but I'm like a team player, and like I like money. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like sometimes, the more you do,
To be honest, you say that and it's like funny because I always think like managing the line between a team player and a cash cow is like the best situation you could be in any business.
Yeah.
Like I always think like if you're only listen, people are like, oh, I'm the cash cow or whatever. And if you're only that way in the company, it's not as good as being a team player and the cash cow. That is where like the genius is.
Sure. And again, these numbers are like, I'm not doing like 1,000 pairs or 2,000 pairs. That's why. So to me, it's just like, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. We have a very good. Again, I feel like a independent rapper.
But speaking of 90-60, I know we had talked about it in the past, but I haven't talked to you about it since we've done shows together. It's like that moment where like I think that girl had posted those fake 90-60s on Twitter, and people were like, "Wow, these shoes are so amazing! Like, what are these? I need a pair." And then just to seeing the reaction of like that shoe getting bootlegged and the bootlegs becoming so popular for you.
That shoe, that 90-60 is probably one of the most bootleg shoes I've ever seen. As far as like probably my biggest bootleg shoe.
Yeah, your stuff,
But it's cool. I don't feel away. It's just like people got to eat. I'm happy that sometimes I look at the bootlegs and see they got everything right with the box and all that stuff. Sometimes they put JFG on stuff that's not even my colorway.
Have you ever bought a pair of the bootlegs just to see?
Yeah, in New York. I bought a gray 90-60.
That's cool.
Bootleg.
That's cool.
Pretty cool.
I want to go back to one moment that I loved. First, I want to ask you, what is the one shoe that I've tried to buy off you multiple times throughout the years and you wouldn't sell?
Actually, this is a funny story. It is the Keisha Blue.
The only shoe that out of his collection that I was actually like, let me try to buy that. He won't sell. He's a loyal guy. But go ahead, finish.
No, it was he always asked me for that. And then recently, I guess I don't know if I had a change of heart, and you're probably gonna crush me for this. Jordan Rose, who works at Complex, who does the music interviews, he's asked me about 4 times for those blue Keisha Blue.
Yeah.
You sold it?
I was having a moment before Complex Con, and he's like, I need these shoes, I need these shoes, I need these shoes, I need these shoes. And I was like, all right, if you're gonna ask me like 5 times for my pair of sneakers that I've already worn like 5, 6, 7 times or whatever, I was like, you know what? In my mind, and maybe I'm totally wrong on this, I was like, the thing that Joe would probably want me to do is like pass the shoes on to someone else
You
that
wore
like,
'em, right?
yeah, I
Okay.
wore them like I
Good
wore them on the
condition though, because
podcast, like
he's worn them. I still been like, how much?
plenty of
How
times, and
much?
I was like, if this younger kid who's like coming up doing stuff in the company wants this so bad,
This Complex Con this year?
this Complex Con,
Okay,
I
go ahead.
gave him the pair, but I said to him, caveat, I go, before you wear these shoes, you have to go do a good act to someone first.
I didn't even know that story.
Oh.
Okay,
That's cute, but you bogus for selling my. You didn't sell my shit. You just
No,
gave
he
me.
gave
I
it.
Okay,
just
bet. My bad.
And
No,
this
no,
kid,
I didn't
this,
sell- I
this
did
guy
not-
who we work with, this
I
kid,
did not
Tell me
sell
on
the
camera you
shoes.
sold my-
this kid who we worked with is like such
you're
a
talking about-
hard,
yes,
positive,
yes.
and I'm sure the Kendrick, all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
no, I appreciate that. That was super cool.
that is cool. Okay, now I'm happy you didn't sell me them, but that's a good story. I like that. We got to get a picture of Jordan. We'll put it in
Yeah.
here. But going back, I brought the story up because you mentioned it a few minutes ago, like you still love this shit.
Mhm.
And August of 2025, I know that you FaceTime with Nas when they first kind of came out and he didn't have the shoes, but August 2025, Nas wearing the Keisha Blue 990 V4,
Yep.
and the story is complete.
With the Supreme
Mhm.
belly
Come
jacket.
on.
Fit off.
Give us
Gotta
some.
fit off.
Come on, give us some behind the scenes of this moment. Like, this is a moment. No matter how much shoes you sell, nothing.
Yeah.
This is like you could frame this tweet.
Yeah.
You know how it's like some like the old people on social media, they'll screenshot the Twitter and put it on Instagram. You're like, yo, Unc, come on. This though may have to be in the warehouse frame.
No, for sure. It was a full circle moment. Like that 1998 pack was probably like my, because I
Biggest achievement of your career?
no, I was like playing. I was like playing with IPs. Like I was really telling the color story. I was like shooting really good visuals. Like got hip hop really involved with that one. Like everybody that y'all can think of and like rap was hitting me up about those. It's a New Balance shoe with me.
Yeah. How much did New Balance's legal department love for you for that shoe?
I love y'all to death. New Balance legal, please. I love y'all to death. I probably should have said that. But no, it was a full circle moment. Obviously we tried to get as many belly actors and actresses a part of it as possible. Obviously not being an official project, so that was already a little tricky. Yeah, nah. He one of my good friend Dash reached out to me and was like, yo, somebody want to speak to you. And that somebody was Nas, and he was like, man, dude, yo, where my shoes at, man? I need them Keisha Blues. I was like, what the heck?
Yes.
So I was waiting for him to get that fit off. And he did. And then that was like 2 months prior was Jay-Z wearing them. Because I don't know if anybody that's why it's like I got a lot of people that I really hold high regards that like really always request my shoes, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, I got a lot of culture respect, so I feel real good. That was a good one.
You that whole pack.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Smashed
Color.
it.
I feel like the shoe though for you, that's the bigger JLP
Out of this one?
No, in general. JLP JFG shoe. The New Balance 1000s.
I was just gonna say that.
I wore those a lot. I love those.
I was just
The
gonna say that.
black pair?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those, but these 990s have a very special place in my heart because I wore the black and white ones for Will Ferrell early, and it was the last shoot of the year of that year, 2023.
Yeah.
So bad with years. And what I love, it's not about this, but like Will Ferrell did sneaker shopping with not promoting anything.
Yeah.
So like usually you have to be in the promo window and all this stuff. And then you sent me them. I was like, hey, I have a big shoot.
Yeah.
And I don't do that a lot. I was like, I have a big shoot
did?
to
Yeah, I remember
end
that.
the year. And like these showed up the next day. We went to LA and shot it. One of my favorite episodes, but I love those black and white. But the blue ones, I
The
love.
black and white one like the fashion dude shoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's like whenever I'm at Fashion Week and because it's an easy shoe to wear.
Yeah.
Like but yeah, that was a good pack. That was like, and it was like,
Smashed it.
again, nobody understand numbers though, but like that at the time that was the most units I've ever bought for myself. And one day I wish you guys could put like an animation on how this stuff worked, but like, man, I bought like 19,000 pairs of shoes. Like that cost me a lot of money just to hope I sell. So it's like to me, that's like that's the most attractive thing to me that I do. That I really can't speak on. A lot of stuff that I do well, I just can't really speak on. It's just like, obviously you guys see the commercials and the little books and blah, 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 little lines. But I think the back end business of what I do and how I've been able to like maneuver is just like, I probably can't speak on for the next to like 10 more years.
Was there ever a shoe though that you were like, you said, you know, you're betting on yourself to do it?
610.
You're betting on yourself to do it where you're like, man, I overshot that one.
610. Yeah. For sure. 610.
Oh, 610. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because you have the camo on too. So
coming out in the New York space. Well, it's what I said earlier. When you bet on yourself, but you can't play yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I've watched so many people. Oh yeah, we ain't wearing it no more. That's not hot no more.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it was just like, my first drop was 800 pairs. My second drop, outside clothes, was 7,000 pairs. First of all, also y'all, people do not. What I'm doing right now, nobody does. No, it says the numbers like this.
Oh, for sure.
I noticed that. I noticed that.
Man,
I love that.
Man, ain't nobody doing this.
I love that.
So 800 pairs to 7,000 pairs. Whatever, I think the 9060s probably could have sold 50,000 pairs, but I think I got 15,000 pairs. 15,000 pairs probably cost me $1.2 million, by the way. That was a gamble. Like, I hope I sell this shoe. So I was leveling up. I'm like, I'm hot. I'm Joe Freshgoods. Anything I touch. You know, I didn't realize that you should pay attention to something like the economy, right? So I just dropped the 610. I think I ordered a bit too many pairs. You know what I'm saying? Ah, man. See,
now he's getting spoiled that you're throwing numbers out. He's gonna.
I think it was a boot. I ordered like the Rainier boot.
Yeah.
It was just, I did a 3-pack and I just like went too crazy.
Yeah.
But it taught me a lot. Sometimes you need things like that to happen to shifting things around. You know, took Joe Grondin from New Balance.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody talks about that.
Yeah,
I didn't take
the great Grondino.
Yeah,
so he's locked in with you now, like fully.
You know, certain stuff that it's like I'm doing a lot of cool stuff. It's just like I don't like to brag, you know, but like I think when it comes to the business side of how I've been able to grow, I don't think people actually like, wait, Joe didn't Grondin sign in a New Balance?
That's the crazy thing too, because most brands would be so salty that like,
no, we still work together. We still have a
I know, but I'm saying most brands like that. A former guy who worked there left, and now he's working with the collaborator to work back with the brand. You know,
it's like, who did this? Who?
Ultimate finesse move, not finesse, but like
no, it's just like sometimes you gotta continue to level up and find different ways to level up, and still work together and have a good relationship.
But I do feel like that 1,000 pack you did was big.
The one that you just said that was like
the pink
also,
ones.
why'd you say it was a black shoe? It was brown.
Oh,
wasn't it?
It was like black with like a little.
It's like black with like a copper.
Yeah, copper. Yeah, exactly.
More copper than black, I would say though.
Yeah.
Okay. And you had the other colorway, right?
The pink and white. Yeah.
It was just.
I love the 1,000. I love the 1,000. It has like that bulk, like has kind of. It feels to me like a little Air Max 95-y, which I love. And I love that model.
97.
Yeah.
I mean, I think every drop is an important drop because I think sometimes I'm either dropping a made, which is like when it's a made, that means Joe did units.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that means made costs more.
Yeah.
When it's any other like made nature shoe or whatever, that's maybe I'm launching it. Maybe it just depends. But like I treat everything like I never come into any project like I'm a like kill this. You know what I'm saying? I just everything is with care. That's why I'm even with this drop, I honestly think this is probably this 2010 is one of my most important drops because just like even like with the talent I'm using, I know for a fact a lot of people don't know. I can't say that, but like I'm intentionally just sitting down talking to people.
Well, I mean, I saw the other day. It's like you did like the Lori Hirschleifer, and it's like majority of sneakerhead people are probably like I haven't like no idea.
But paired with Babyface Ray, and also paired with Mona Leo and Stunner for Vegas. It's just like I just don't want to become a one-trick pony with my storytelling. It's just like when I see things going in a certain direction, and I just like this time around, I'm like, let me just talk to people. I'm pretty sure this shoe's pretty much gonna sell out. So. Yeah.
How much does the days of like Corey Gilkey and Leaders
good question.
Like fuel what you're doing now? I feel like we've all worked retail, but I feel like knock on wood, being successful in this business and coming from retail like back in the day, 2007 is like so gratifying. How sentimental are you about that and working at Leaders and him being with him? I know he hired you, and like how gratifying is that you came from there? Like that is that's part of the resume, and looking forward and back, how do you play in those worlds?
Well, I've always been in love with those stories, and you see it happen in like in a lot of New York and LA brands and stores, where the person that leaves the store makes their own thing and it
Mhm.
gets big as well. Like I just wanted to do that in Chicago. Um, I love my city. You know, I love what leaders did for my career. Shout out Corey Gilkey, Vic Lloyd,
Mm.
Ty.
Shout out Ty, yeah, for
Love
sure.
Ty to death. But yeah, those were my big brothers. They took me on, and me and my like young crew of what we did at Leaders, and it was just kind of cool to learn. Because honestly, Chicagoans, we be feeling like we have a chip on our shoulder. Like we those like we know we them,
Yeah.
but it's just like sometimes I feel like we get left out of certain conversations. And I think for me, it was important for me to build my empire, like what I'm currently doing in Chicago still, where it's just like everybody have watched me. I went from working at Leaders to working at Nike Town to I had like a brand ambassador job at Adidas, and now I'm like the mayor. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I think it's been kind of cool. People got watch that. I didn't like just pop out of nowhere. You know?
But you don't feel like too, because it felt like, and maybe I don't know if that's over, but it was like after like Kanye, Virgil, etc., that it was almost like brands were trying to find every single person from Chicago that had some sort of cool influence.
You know what? Me and my friends were on a different island though.
Yeah.
But of like that group.
Yes, and
Yeah, see, that's what I think is cool too. Like we hear Don C, Chicago,
Yeah.
Kanye, and
Yeah.
that crew. It seems like you guys were doing it over
100%. I
here.
love all those guys, big time, really big for the city. But me and my Leaders crew was a whole different. We did our own thing.
What do you think was the biggest difference between like the two crews besides fame?
We they were moving around a lot. I don't know, watch my word.
You like feel like you were holding it down back home.
For sure.
Okay.
While they was like making moves overseas and like in New York and like Virgil and Don and Ye was like, I just feel like we were always back home, like still making sure Chicago, like still like party scene, like the culture, like the collabs that Leaders was doing, like the stuff that I was doing with my other previous brands, opening up Fat Tiger, like we were just like in this actual city.
Yeah.
So I think that was like kind of the biggest difference. But we were paying attention to what they had going on. But nah, I was creating waves in Chicago. So I don't think I really benefited. I mean, obviously I think that love what Ye has done for like a lot of the up and coming creatives though. But I was just creating a lot of my own noise in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So we're just like that's why, I started off working with Nike, then Adidas, and it was just like, people just was like knocking on my door.
It's funny too, because you look at this year, we were like, so we did the sneaker collaborator power ranking list and put you
Yeah.
at number 9. And
I dropped.
I know we
It
had
was
a
9
no,
or
wait, no, we had
7?
a conversation about this, off camera, and it was like I had said originally it was like it didn't feel like you were doing as many projects this year.
Yeah.
And I know you had told me that you're like, well, my roles changed at
Yeah.
New Balance, where you're almost like a player coach now to some degree. Is that like kind of fair to say, or like you're just more involved in the business itself?
Let's
or?
just say I see a lot of conversations about me with my name in it, saying that what people think I should do and what next should look like for me.
Everyone's wrong.
I'm so good. Like I very reluctant to say what I do. I think some stuff I publicize when it comes to working with like Coco. That's like a really big one. But like,
Yep.
I am.
But also the every now and then, right? The
Yeah,
green.
but that's my store. That's just
yeah.
me kind of flexing my muscle. I have
Yeah.
another brand that New Balance is supporting. That's gonna, we're opening up in March. Cafe retail.
Oh.
So that's
Where's that?
West Town in Chicago.
Okay.
So open up. Yeah, but I yeah, that's because like this has been the busiest year ever. But it's like I don't even really drop any clothes really. Besides like food, I've kind of like turned into like a agency that makes merch sometimes.
Although that it was like a personal favorite of mine because
Yeah.
but the cowboy like Sherpa jacket that you did to me was just like insane.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just nowadays a lot of the I have a lot of trust at New Balance, and a lot of the athletes and ambassadors I work with a lot of people at New Balance. It's just I think sometimes it's not just colorways and materials and videos and lookbooks. I think my reach and what I'm doing, a lot of the background moves I'm making is just I can't really talk about, but
you started off too. I think a lot of people like almost forget at this point with when the 992 first dropped. You also did a shoe for Kawhi.
Yeah, yep. And then we launched
with one of the best sayings, that one of my favorite sayings, the emotions.
no emotions, yeah. But even that, it's like I think people see what they want to see. I just did a whole art show in LES that New Balance supported.
Yeah.
But because it's not a big fat New Balance logo, people don't even realize that. I'm doing art programs. We got conversations amongst us where I have a podcast with New Balance. It's just I think sometimes people gotta like step back and be like, oh, actually, it's way more than just a shoe.
Joe's doing all this.
It's just we have such a great relationship where it's not like I don't have like it's not a brand that likes to be all in the video.
Yeah.
Or I think you even said too when you had done that Paris Fashion Week installation with like the pool and everything. You're like, this is the biggest thing I've done in my career.
Yeah, I mean, no, it wasn't. I was probably drunk. But even then, I just do a house party with New Balance in Paris with a pool and like we kind of like. So it's just like it's all lifestyle. Like my relationship with New Balance is like all just like lifestyle. How can we support Joe's lifestyle? It's not just like, hey, can you drop a shoe every month, 40,000 pairs, put you in all these stores. It's just like we have a great lifestyle relationship.
I do love those baby blue 990 V6s.
Yeah, it was color pack. People didn't like,
Yeah.
It went well, but it's just like people just like, oh, he's lazy, he's falling off. It's like I'm just trying to do some cool shit. We have to move fast with these timelines. Like I'm all right, even right now, timeline wise, I'm probably like already in I don't even want to say this. I don't want to mess up no deals.
2020.
I mean, I'm like I'm good for like a couple years.
And then at Paris Fashion Week earlier this year too, you did a sneaker release that wasn't even like technically a sneaker release, right? The pink.
Oh yeah, gave away. Yeah.
You made the kids give you their shoes, right?
I did that. I captured on stories. I wasn't gonna be that much of a villain. But yeah, I mean, it's again. I think the relationship is so synonymous now. People don't even realize how much weird, cool, from house parties to art shows to podcasts to just doing 50 pairs, getting away from Paris. Like,
what was that drop like though with the pink Absorb 2000?
It was cool because I didn't, it was just kind of showing reach. We were all in a weird part of the city. I think I posted about it, and like 5 minutes later, kids just ran. So I think that was good for like, oh wow. But it was just we just continue just trying to flex. Like, how can we just flex and be different? Yeah.
Is that kind of crazy to you though, that you could just like, not that Paris is a random city, but that you can just be in a city like that that's not New York or Chicago or LA and just be like, hey, I'm here dropping shoes, and then kids are just ready for it?
No, it was very special because sometimes it's just like me being in Chicago. I'm not a New York, LA brand. Like I get love, but it's just like that's like it's certain cities where it's just like hype.
Yeah.
And you can see it. You got brands see it more, and that was just pretty cool to see.
In the past 7 days, you and I have both used the same GIF to, I wouldn't say clap back, but it's one of my favorite GIFs.
Yeah.
And it's the LeBron being like, oh, I'm so shook. This person,
that was great.
You talked about like having a chip, but like someone said, these shoes dropping the same week as Chicago Lows and Travis Fragments, and you perfectly did the LeBron. Exactly. Right. So does that chip on your shoulder? Like, I'm ready, I'm with anything, and I'm ready to like, not go against, but like, what were you kind of trying to say with this?
I don't even really be looking and paying attention to what nobody else is doing.
Okay.
And again, I see the numbers and data with my raffle entries.
Yeah.
Most of the time I do raffles, I see it's like 30-40% new customers. These are people that's not tied to Twitter. These are people that's not tied to like sneaker. These are like just genuine fans of like whatever shoe I just post on the internet. Like from so I just kind of carved out my own audience. I think for me, it's just like my sell through. Like if I'll be nervous if I had 90,000 pairs, and but like no, we do math really well, and we plan out things good. So I just
there's no world where
said it to me.
There's no world where I think that like
those customers.
No, that a Travis one load dropping is all of a sudden going to make people stop buying a Joe Freshgoods New Balance. You know?
It's true that you can buy both. I mean, I know the economy is fucked, but
that's what I think. That's
but even just like, I'm not saying that there isn't a crossover between the consumer, but it's like those people are going to go for that shoe, and then people are going to go for your shoe regardless.
Right.
I think it was also more about people wanting all of them and like trying to spread it out, like you said.
But no, I just like, I mean, it's never stopped me before. I've always been up against like. Yeah, so when he said that, I just like, and I wanted to show humor. I don't get to be funny no more on Twitter.
No, but even when your first shoe came out at Chicago All-Star Weekend, there was like all the other stuff dropping then too.
I was talking mad shit though. I made a T-shirt. Somebody tweeted that they'd never seen nobody waiting line for a New Balance. So like I printed that out on a T-shirt and wore it that day. I mean, because I was a little nervous that day because I was up against. You gotta think Kanye's at St. Alfred with a big ass tank.
Yeah.
Yes.
Virgil is dropping heat. Don is dropping heat down the street. My friends at Fat Tiger, I dropping
the Off-White 5s came out. Yeah.
My best friends, I dropping with Adidas down the street. And here I am on another side of town dropping some red, pink New Balance. I didn't know what to expect, but I killed and got number 4.
Worked out.
Like, y'all crazy for that one. Like,
Did we say
impact.
That? Did we say number?
Bring it up. This is when y'all clip it up and put like y'all talking about it back then. But no, it's
Best
like
sneakers of 2019.
off impact.
Wait, should we pull that up right now and see?
Off impact, off what I did, how I changed. It was All-Star Weekend. Like I gave New Balance All-Star Weekend.
But also, was it the most impactful shoes of All-Star Weekend, or it was the list of the
best sneakers?
Okay.
I'm just trying to find what else was on. No, it's 2019, right?
Okay.
And I feel good about the list because I feel like the 3 ahead of me was like important too.
Got it.
So I ain't
All
like
right,
I ain't a hater.
Your sneaker, the 992, is at number 5, right?
Oh damn, 992,
number 5, and number 6 behind it was the Yeezy Foam Runner.
Okay,
which was like kind of like a genre-breaking shoe at the time, right?
Yep.
Number 4, Dior Air Jordan 1.
Oh,
I mean, y'all got to do what y'all do.
Okay,
I get it.
I like, bias like your shoe more than
sure.
Dior ones.
But
number 3, Union Air Jordan 4.
I get it.
Number 2, Chunky Donkey.
What the fuck is that? Oh yeah.
Ben and Jerry.
Okay, I get it.
Number 1, and this is a Joe favorite shoe, but
I thought you were gonna say favor. Care 5.
favorite shoe that released the same weekend.
Off-White 5.
Off-White 5.
For sure.
Love those.
So I get it, but
that's a crazy bunch of shoes to even like.
sure,
And I'm not saying that
crazy year and a
I'm not
crazy
saying that you
ranking
should
amongst
feel
those.
Val just being in that
Yeah,
conversation, but if you just look at that chunk of shoes and show them to sneakerheads, everyone's like hitter. You know.
But I know pound for pound, you feel like you won Chicago All-Star Weekend, and
I did, yeah.
and even more than our list because it was hometown.
Yeah.
You were like, we did that.
Hometown New Balance. Again, I know at that time New Balance had dropped some with ALD, and it was still a long history of New Balance, but I changed something.
But also have to look at where New Balance was at in that moment too, where they were just slowly starting to get like back.
I mean, they didn't really know how to do collabs like that. Like we rushed that. You know, we rushed that. I think I was signed to Adidas and like whatever at what point, but New Balance came in town for ComplexCon.
Yeah.
When it was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Remember? And they met with me, and that's how fast we had to move. So from ComplexCon being in Chicago to All-Star Weekend in February, we had that short amount of time to create those shoes.
But we have to talk about the shoes you have on your feet.
Yes.
Yeah. Or we all have on our feet right now.
I feel like we're all aligned today. Joe, what do you have?
Got on the 2010s. Forgot what I'm calling this. What I'm calling this one?
Bag Lady.
Bag Lady. I got a lot going on, y'all. This is the Bag Lady 2010 Joe Freshgoods. Let's get it.
You know, I go a little darker in the colorways, so I am doing the hand-me-downs 2010 Joe Freshgoods New Balance.
Doing the Bag Ladies as well. I wish I had the blue laces in them.
Yeah, I thought maybe you were going to step out in the colorful laces.
I wanted to wear the blue laces in them today, and this morning I'm just like, I don't know what goes with this, and I don't want to look crazy.
Yeah.
I messed up.
No. You ain't need the blue laces. I would have been like, this kind of goofy today. You ain't get the fucking blue laces on. That's not you. No. You ain't need that. It was just a fun extra addition. I wanted this Made in Asia joint to feel like a luxe. You know what I'm saying? So some extra added stuff I did with it was just like to kind of play with it, make it customizable. You know?
Yeah. So you have the Bag Lady and the hand-me-downs. I was on a sneaker Twitter space with a bunch of people the other day just listening, and they were like theorizing. They're like, what connection does Joe have to Erykah Badu that's connected to Bag Lady?
Yeah.
But can you explain, the concept for the people who may not know, like, between these two shoes or where it came from?
Nah. I just was smoking.
Really?
And because I'm in my 30th shoe. I just like, and also too, I kind of spoil people where it's just like, sometimes it's like, you could just name it. I've always been naming my shoes and my projects. So now it's like an extra added work to me. Now we made a cool shoe. We shot 2-3 good commercials. We shot 2 lookbooks, and like, damn, I got to come up with the name for these. Goddamn. And I was just like, we hit the blunt. And
I legit thought
it goes.
When you said hand-me-down, I thought it was like a story, kind of like passed down shoes.
Let me not do that because I'm like shutting myself short. Yes, it was inspired by like with both shoes like looking like it got extra material on it or whatever. Like it was inspired by like you get a shoe from like your big brother or it's like passed down, so you got to kind of like fix it up.
Yeah,
this shoe that had like 40 different names.
Okay, give us one alternate if you can.
Well, before rest in peace D'Angelo That was like brown sugar.
Oh wow.
That was called brown. I just wanted to change it up or whatever. Like that's always been whatever I'm calling it. I forgot. I'm like
hand me down.
Yeah, hand me down. I'm all over the place. But yeah, that was inspired by like if your grandma is patching up your coat.
Yes.
That's again, and I know, and I had to switch some stuff up because I didn't want nobody to think I was like, I shouldn't even say this publicly. It was like trying to like Vans released a beautiful Chanel pack.
Okay. Yes.
So I had to kind of switch some things up, I would say, because I didn't want people to think that I was kind of like trying to take. We made that shoe like 2 years ago, So I think I see a few different comments, but like I did have to change a few things up because I didn't want to play into that story.
Got it.
And to pull back the curtain a little bit before this, we're coming out here, and Joe had the charms, the JFG charms on the side, and he goes, "Do you know how to put this together so I can put it?"
I don't know if it's my old age. I've been recently into hang tags a lot on shoes.
Okay.
Wearing like retro, just leaving
yeah.
them, not StockX tags.
Yeah.
No Brendan Dunn, but hang tags. But these, I may need you to help me put these on. This is a awesome addition to it. And I was like, I'm looking online, and I'm like, and I could just tell there's no way that I could do. But what was the idea for this? I'm definitely gonna put these on.
And that's so funny because that's been like a big debate amongst my team because like we made that 2 years ago, 18 months ago, and it was so. After a while, I didn't want people to think that they had to put that on their shoe. I know it's when I first posted them, a lot of people were like, "Yeah, that shoe's hot, but take them shit the fuck off."
Really?
Or some people that's like,
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I wanted people to know that it comes in a cute little bag. You have the options to put it on. But no, I just wanted to make it as customized as possible. That's all.
I like that.
I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to do it. I'm gonna do it.
I feel like this is more me than you.
Yeah, for sure.
You wouldn't put these on?
Probably not.
Yeah,
I would.
Not.
See, that's the duality of me and him right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really like these. And then, you're doing a lot of content for this release. Like, I think that's kind of like being a focus where like you're sitting down and how have you been like that? Like, I wouldn't call it media, but like,
Well, I found out, and this is, I think, working with a lot of the New Balance ambassadors and athletes, a part of my role, I'm just naturally cool with a lot of people. I'm not like a standoff collaborator or designer.
You're not too cool for school.
No, so if somebody is signing with New Balance, or most people ask like, "What's up with Joe?" So overnight, I've gotten really close with Kawhi. He doesn't talk to nobody really. I gotten close with a lot of like, and me working with talent more. I mean, you guys know, just y'all job too. Is just like for some reason, I just been able to like get people to open up.
Establish.
We have a studio in Chicago. I'm gonna do this more and more. I kind of just use my marketing budget. Sorry, New Balance. I use my marketing budget to just like launch a podcast softly. But no, I just I just wanted to just with this whole pack being about being in your bag, I just wanted to get a few of my favorite people on camera and just talk shit for me. I don't like talking. Like I see my name in so many conversations, and I just be wanting people to understand like, yo, this is like really at the surface level of like just pure entrepreneurship. How I've been able to like grow, and I think at some point I'm gonna let my doc be worldwide. But like I've been like building a whole thing in front of everybody's face the last 5-6 years with this relationship with New Balance. And it's like certain time I see my name on and I just be want to talk shit, but I can't. So I really just used all these people, whether they talking about love or they're talking about being managing, being a parent, just to like talk shit for me. So this whole pack is just my friends talking shit for me because I can't no more. That's all. Pretty simple.
Has there been anything that you really wanted to say and you're like,
I'm sure a lot.
A lot. A lot, man. It's just, I mean, again, I think nowadays I'm very happy that I'm still here. I think when it comes to lists, I'm like past that. Like I long as that you guys can talk about me, every blue moon, and I'm still really doing really good stuff for the community. Yeah. I think that's way more important than being in people's face. Cause I think for 2 seconds that did rub me the wrong way, like dropping, like last year, like number 3 and that's like number 9. It's like, but I get it. It's just like you got to kind of stay in people's face, even if you're doing really cool, big things or like working. But as I get older, I just like being in the background. Yeah. I think a lot of us, we have our different goals in life. I just think the more I've been working, doing camera work and like just doing a lot of like commercials, that's kind of what I've been doing in the background. So a lot of that stuff is just not. You guys have never seen me post a black and white photo of myself being creative director somewhere. I could do that, and I can announce my title, but I just don't ever want to do that.
But I think it speaks to when you talk to going from number 3 to number 9 on a list, and then people feeling that sort of way, and you saying, you know, oh, maybe you didn't do as much product in between.
Yeah.
But I think it speaks to the emotional attachment that people have to you and to your products, that like regardless of like what you're doing, they want it, and they like want to support you and
Mhm.
want to ride for you, even if you're like, hey, I didn't do as many shoes in the past year, or they didn't release within the time frame of
Yeah.
the list being made.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, you just got to manage. You know, again, it's a numbers game. You know, I think sometimes it's just like what people want out of it. When I was early, I think every time somebody collabs with a brand, they want to be recognized for it. But I think now I'm just living for legacy. And I'm not really caring about like the accolades no more, because I already kind of got a lot of stuff that I wanted already. So now I'm just like, it's just new silhouette. I got a lot of cool stuff happening. So it's just sometimes I don't want to put false things on. That's why I talk to a lot of different collaborators. Like, you doing good work is like, for you guys to only talk about 10 shoes, and again, I know you guys talk about more than that, but it's like it's so many great collaborators doing so much good things, and I think sometimes we just can't really focus on like making lists and getting like certain type of love, because if you're doing good work, it's like people gonna recognize it. So I'm just at that stage where I'm just like, I want the younger, newer people to get love, collaborators. And yeah, I just know that sometimes you're like the darling while you're the darling.
Yeah.
It's hard to be the shoe of the year every year. It's like, so.
Do you feel like, because I've seen, some of the behind the scenes on it, where it's like even like the brands internally put a lot of premium like on these lists as like accolades of like, we're doing this, or we need to be on the list,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah. I mean, some should be paid. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I just know that sometimes I think that, and I have a lot of friends, a lot of these companies, so I'm watching my words, but
Well, you don't think we got paid for
no, not
Okay,
y'all
okay,
got
okay.
paid, but I just know it's like it's sponsors.
People are saying, yeah.
No,
okay.
it's not this list, but I know a certain list that exists.
Okay.
Not say no names. That I just know
Or
that.
news.
Come
Yo,
on. See,
yo,
look, we made it
yo.
an hour and 10 minutes. You knew he was gonna you knew? No.
I did not say that, but I do know, so it's like, yeah, I'm still here,
Yes.
5 years, we did this interview virtually
Yeah.
5 years ago. I could have been burnt out by now.
100%.
Do you have, because you have all these stories in there, and I know you're like, you could walk away from the game at like any time and just be cool, right?
Yeah.
Do you have like a final shoe in your mind where you're like, this is the last story I want to tell, or if this is the last story I get to tell, this is what I want?
No, not really. No, I don't. Yeah. Because honestly, when it comes to, I'm just like, I got a job now, y'all. I can't even really, I have a job where it's like, I have a really big salary job now, with a company. So,
And over 21 employees or even more now.
well, that's just Joe Freshgoods. I'm
Are you
just
talking
saying,
about
like,
are you talking about a New Balance? Is that what you mean?
know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that's why I love talking to young people, because it's different ways to work with brands. I found something that really works for me. It's like I invented a role for me, you know? So I think that goals and ambitions I had when I were like, 20 or 30 is like, now I'm like starting to see that change, because now it's just like, I get to employ more people. I get to buy more property. I get to like work with more athletes. And then I get to take a break and drop a shoe.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's like super cool to me. Like, I take a break to drop a shoe. Not like that's a big part of my life, but it's like now it's like the appetizer, So that's like, I didn't know it was gonna be like that. Like, I was telling my team, it's just like when you get to work on when you work the 30th or 40th shoe, it's just like, you don't want to get jaded to this feeling.
Yep.
It's easy to be like, I'm gonna do the same colorways. I'm gonna just, so we continue not get lazy. But that's probably the most beautiful thing I said like today. It's just like, nowadays dropping the shoe is just like the other part of my business. I was like, I still like got other stuff going on. Like, to even be like mentioned in power rankings, and like, I probably dropped 2 clothes, a shirt, a Sherpa, a jacket a year. I just feel like I've always, the last 20 years, 15 years, I've kind of been like, I'm a big fan of like the slow grind. I never really want to have a really hot year, because then you're giving people, we don't wear that no more. It's like, I don't even drop enough clothes for you to say you don't wear me no more. I don't feed I feed the streets, and I'm all about community, but I don't make it so people are tired of me. I've
Got it.
never been like that. You
Yeah.
know?
You mentioned athletes and all that sort of stuff, and maybe it's just like a dumb idea in my mind, but I do think somehow a Joe goes to Japan and does a Shohei shoe.
Guys might be coming.
You never know.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, New Balance got some hot athletes. There's a lot of good new people signing in soon, and
That blew my mind because
Yeah.
I went there
Yeah.
recently to the track, and they
Yeah.
took us to like, you've obviously been in that performance
Yeah.
lab that they have with all the athletes and sort of stuff, and
Yeah.
to just see like all the names on the walls and
Mhm.
how the shoes are actually made with
Yeah.
like the compression machines and whatnot.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. So
Talk to Cooper Flag yet?
I haven't actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
haven't.
feel like you got to
actually.
give him a little. Like, people are the streets are saying he needs a little more sauce on the shoes.
No comment. No comment, man. No comment.
Listen, this has been great. These will be out by the time this airs, so we're gonna
They
see.
will be sold out probably.
Yes,
but
but we will see a lot of them on the street.
Another sold out. Should me say this? 20th project. No, I'm sorry, not 20th. What is that? I don't know how many.
Okay.
Every project sold out, not burnt out. Very proud to still be doing this. It's pretty hard. I have a new poster I'm probably gonna drop Friday where it's just like my shoe and it just say consistency.
Okay.
That's it. I don't really gotta talk too much. I don't gotta like do the big chains or like yell at people. I just like sit the back. I'm at Complex Con. I ain't selling nothing. I just smoking my weed, drinking some wine. I'm at a place. I'm at this new stage of being an unk where it's just like I'm at peace
I need
with
that.
life.
And
I need some of
feel
that.
like too, in maybe this is just hitting me right now where I'm like, obviously a lot of your shoes are wearable, but I feel
Yeah.
like these two colorways are the most like wearable, like everyday shoes that you've
Yeah, well, I don't
made.
want to be a one-trick pony. If it
Yeah.
was up to me, I'd give y'all pink shoes every day. Okay?
Okay.
Or pastels.
Okay.
But I do pay attention to what people, not what people say, but just like, I think it's kind of cool that I don't have like I don't think, especially like, so you had the last 5 years of working with them, then the next is like different, I would say. It's not, I don't want people to be like, oh, why is he suddenly just doing pinks and the same, whatever. It's like, my next collection of my shit with New Balance is like completely different from, so it just makes me kind of stay not like stale with this,
I like these
Yeah.
too. It's a nice wintry feel.
Yeah.
You know?
Real cute. Not
So
doing too
these,
much.
yes, the Joe Freshgoods New Balance 2010.
You like the tween? Do y'all like the 2010?
Yeah.
I
I
know
do.
you and Ronnie. I know you love the
Yes.
twin. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Hand-me-downs, bag lady.
Yes.
Can't wait to see these on the street. Joe, thank you so much.
Thank
Always
you.
appreciate you coming through.
Yep.
Can't wait to see what you have next. Seems like you have a lot cooking,
Yep.
but always good to chop it up with you. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much.
All right, everyone. This has been the Complex Sneakers Podcast. We hope everyone has a great weekend. Please like, subscribe, comment. We will see you next week.